Hey, this is Nicole Kelly, host of Disarming Disability. Thanks for listening to the following show on Public House Media.
This is Dr. Mariah White, host of Your Life Matters, here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you are done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Your Life Matters, where we talk about dreaming big and dreaming bold to reach your wildest dreams in both your health and your happiness. A new show comes out every single Tuesday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you'll never miss an episode of Your Life Matters. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Talk to yourself like you would talk to someone you love. Hello, welcome to Choose to Rise, where today we're going to be talking about getting rid of negative self-talk. Today I want to help you talk to yourself like you would to someone you love. Talk to someone that you appreciate. Talk to someone that you honor and you respect. Being positive in your mind, being positive in your heart, and never saying anything about yourself that you would not want to come true to yourself or to other people as well. So today we're going to be talking about that. And first and foremost, I want to share with you how grateful I am that you're even pushing play with me today. I'm so honored and so grateful for all of my listeners and everyone that shows up here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday and tells everyone about Choose to Rise and continues to listen. It warms my heart so much to know that you're here. And so today I want to share with you a little bit more about how to remove the negative self-talk from your life, to get rid of the excuses, to really shed the things that are not serving you. You know, we all have things that happen in our life where we just have that negative thought that pops up in us. It happens within seconds in our head without warning. It just kind of crushes our positive impulse to take necessary action on whatever it is. What would you do if you could squelch those things? Whether you're working on a project or you're working on a relationship, maybe you're working with other people, maybe you're working by yourself, but everyone has those little moments of time when those negative things pop in our head and they seem to just stop everything positive from moving forward. So we've all experienced these negative thoughts, but many of us don't notice when a thought repeated too often becomes a thought pattern and effectively eroding our self-esteem. And this negative self-talk can take over like a tidal wave if we don't keep it in check. And so that negative self-talk starts to sound something like, I can't, I'm not good enough. If only I had, I really suck at, I don't deserve, I can't get anything right, I shouldn't even start. And those little things those might not be the exact words, but they might be the things that are the subliminal messages that are coming from what we say to ourselves every single day or thinking to ourselves every single day. And it mostly happens when we're about to try something amazing, when we're really about to step out of our comfort zone, when we're being daring and bold and going after the things that we want to achieve. And those little subliminal thoughts come and stop us in our tracks. I would love for you to turn those voices around and for you to start building and applying the things that you want to happen in your life. And I want you to position yourself to do the things that you're dreaming about doing. And I want you to live a better life in general by stopping the negative and being courageous and going after the risk and greeting every negative idea with a positive reinforcer. And I want you to crush your self-confidence. I want you to improve your self-worth. I want you to become a habit maker of living out positive thoughts and mind. Today in this episode, I want to share with you a technique that's helped me with getting rid of my negative self-talk and building up my self-esteem. And I want you to be able to apply it as well. And hopefully it's going to be something that's going to be a game changer for you. And you'll be able to share it with other people. And we can help other women rise up out of their current situation and live their best life. So the first thing that you need to do is notice your negative thoughts and then stop them in their tracks, replacing them with positive affirmations. This technique needs active practice, but you will want to embrace it because it will be something that becomes such a positive and powerful mantra for you. Everything that happens in your head becomes a pattern. We have several thousand thoughts in a day, and most of those, I believe the statistic is like 76% of the thoughts that we think on any given day are repeated thoughts from a previous day. And so when you really think about what it is that we're thinking about on a daily basis, it's mostly the same things that we've thought of before. And the repeated pattern of those thoughts is what creates our life. Remember, we've talked about before on Choose to Rise here that your thoughts become your actions, and your actions become your habits, and your habits become your life. And so if your thoughts are repeated every single day, majority of them, then when you start to think about positive things, the more positive things will happen in your life, because those positive thoughts become positive actions, become positive habits, become positive life. But if we're always thinking in the negative and we're always have that negative self-talk, it turns into that automatic mechanism of creating negative thoughts, negative actions, negative habits, negative lifestyle. And we don't want that to happen, right? So let's make a stop point right here, right now. I'm going to stop. I can do it. I can manage this. I can try. I can accomplish this. I have the ability to keep moving forward. By actively stopping your negative thought and replacing it with one that is more positive, one that is more fulfilling, one that is going to help you keep moving forward, you're not only preventing your self-esteem from getting harmed, but you're actually building it up each time by using this technique. So when I first was struggling with this, like I would catch myself in the moment of the negative self-talk. I would hear my words in my head and say, this is not where I want to go. I would stop it and I would replace it with something more positive. When I first starting out with my health and wellness journey, and it would get really hard in the workout. And I was, getting that negative talk in my head of like, oh, you can't keep going. Oh, you will never make it to the end. Like those kinds of things, like flipping them around to, yes, I can. I'm going to make this. I am worth the effort. I am going to do X, Y, Z, whatever my goal was at the moment. When I first started, it was because I didn't want to be the fat sister in the wedding dress, in the bridesmaid's dress. And so I would picture that purple bridesmaid's dress in my head, and I would stop the negative thought where it was, and I would turn it around to be a positive, and I would focus on the good. I would focus on the things that were going to come out of it by keeping going. And that helped me keep the mantra in my head positive, and that's what created positive actions in my life. So noticing first and foremost is the negative thought and turning around to a positive affirmation. Now, the second thing is having those positive affirmations ready and available to you. So practicing those positive affirmations every single day. I have a journal that I have, I have multiple journals now, but a journal that I have on my desk every morning. And that one of the things that I start my day with is writing positive affirmations about myself that I want to have happen in my life. I'm acting as if they're already true, and I'm writing them down every single day to keep those repeated thoughts in my head every single day. So that I can continue to believe in them, and I can continue to affirm them in my heart and in my mind, and that become a part of my reality. So the second thing was making a list of amazing qualities that you like about yourself or that you want to have happen in your life. So in order to believe the compliments that you're going to be giving yourself, or believing the goals and affirmations that you want to achieve, you have to believe that you can do it. And you have to have that repeated thought process. Use that 76% to your advantage, right? You're going to come up with great ideas. You're going to come up with amazing things about yourself. You're going to come up with all kinds of positive things in your life. So write them down repeatedly. Mull them over in your mind all the time, and really get efficient at organizing your thoughts and your thought patterns so that you can become more focused in on those things, because what you focus on, you create more of. So let's get focused on the right things. Okay. So if you are just starting with this, make a small list of your favorite traits, small and big achievements, and also ask your friends what they love about you. And each time you start talking down on yourself, or each time you start to feel low, you can pull out that little card. You can pull it up on your phone. You can go to that space in your house, wherever you're keeping it, and you can replace those thoughts, those negative thoughts, with the things that are on that little card or the collection of positive traits and achievements that you've collected. So making a list of amazing qualities about yourself, making a list of the affirmations that you want to have achieved, making a list of the achievements that you want to accomplish in life, putting those things in paper and putting those in front of you will help you get there much faster. And the third thing I have for you is always ask yourself how realistic your negative self-talk actually is. If so, you don't want to upload this picture on Facebook because XYZ. Someone will find it ridiculous, or someone will think will judge you about it, or whatever. But guess what? People aren't really focused on you. People are focused on themselves. So forget what other people think, because their opinions are none of your business, and their opinions are exactly that. Theirs, nothing to do with you. Think rationally about what's happening here. The negative things that are happening in your head are the things that are put there by Satan. I put a post on my Choose to Rise page the other day that said something along the lines of, if you have negative thoughts that come into your head, push them to hell, because that's where they came from, right? Like, God will never put negative things in your head. He doesn't want those negative things in your heart and in your mind. So get rid of them. Who cares what other people will think? Who cares what other people will say? Be you and honor who you are, and really always think of how realistic your negative talk actually is going to be. Are they going to judge you? And if so, why? What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Are they going to care what it looks like? Who cares, right? Because when you really give time and attention to the fears that are inside of you, that's when they start to manifest and become real. So don't give them the time. Don't give them the attention. And then when you can remember, you look back and remember it, why you've thought that those negative things were going to happen, then we can just laugh about it in the end. So use fear to just shut it down and to think about how and why you would react to something, and go from there. So I started to notice in myself, when those fears would rise up, that they were ridiculous. They were really things that were never really going to come true. I think there's a quote out there that says something like 90% of the fears that we have in our mind are never going to actually come true. And the other 10% are things that we wouldn't have control over anyway. So be good to yourself. Put aside those fears. Go out and be yourself. Forget the things that other people are going to think, say, and do, because they have nothing to do with you. They're not owning your dream. They don't have to own your dream. Be good to yourself. Always check yourself and figure out where that negative self-talk is coming from. Make an amazing qualities list about yourself, the goals, the affirmations you have, and check those negative thoughts at the door and get rid of them, because we want you to love yourself and talk to yourself like you would someone you love. We want you to really encourage yourself and be a supporter of yourself, so that you can go out and do great things in this world. Hope today that you were able to rise up out of your current situation and live your best life. And again, thank you so very much for listening, and I hope to see you here again next time.